So it's been a pretty big week for the mystery booms. It's been on the news and mainstream news in several states. And they don't usually like to cover this type of stuff. Let me see. Here it is. This is on the mainstream news feed, which is all usually just garbage and celebrity stuff. But anyway, what's going on is lots of these mystery booms reported this week: Alabama, California, Idaho, Michigan, New Jersey, and Denver, Colorado. Listen to how stupid they think we are. Okay. The Monday sounds left CBS Denver's meteorologist Chris Spears baffled. The only possible, right? The only possible explanation Spears could conclude was that meteors from the Leonid meteor shower were bursting in the sky, creating the loud noises. So that's the only possible, really, only possible explanation you could come up with when people tell you they are feeling earthquakes, they are feeling explosions under the ground that are shaking their homes. Under the ground, they literally say, under the ground is shaking. I'm hearing gunfire and explosions, and the only possible thing you can come up with that you can possibly fathom in all of your expertise is stuff blowing up in the air, not under the ground where they say they are hearing it from. No, it's in the air. Okay, so then a day after the explosion-like noises, not that they're hearing explosions when they say I'm hearing explosions. No, they're explosion-like noises. Okay, so here we go. A day after the explosion-like noises, officials believed they had a better answer of what happened on Monday night, but they still aren't certain. An empty oil storage tank overpressurized near the region where residents were calling in about the boom. Colorado Oil and Gas Conservation Commission officials told the Denver Channel, due to the pressure, the lid was blown from the tank, potentially resulting in a loud noise, quote unquote, potentially resulting in a loud noise. Hey, thanks guys. Thanks for the think tank. You guys all put your heads together and said that, okay, if it wasn't meteors in the sky, then a lid blew off a container in frickin' Colorado, which caused people to hear war under their feet in like 7 states. I mean, you guys, I don't know how stupid you think we are. I mean, obviously, you're right, because there is an entire majority of the population that are utterly oblivious to the world beneath our feet. In fact, they're not just oblivious, they'll fight for the mainstream ideology. If you try to tell them about this stuff, about these tunnels and the underground railroads and all this, oh, you're a crazy conspiracy theorist. Go, put your tinfoil hat on. So I guess they're right. I guess people are really stupid. But to me, this is so ludicrous. When these guys even open their mouths, it just makes me want to vomit. So anyway, I'm not going to rant and rant and rant about it again. But so anyway, I think there might be some sort of correlation between all of these sounds of war coming from the underground tunnels and stuff this week, when there were also several indictments from the Trump administration on this child trafficking and the child sex trafficking and all of that type of thing. Several indictments went out, and there were several arrests, many arrests. They say, rumors have it, as many as 219 arrests. There were even rumors of teams of Marines going into CIA headquarters and taking people into custody and things like that. Again, I can't verify any of that because I'm not in the know. I'm not in their circle. But I'm not so far out of the know that I, can read an article like this and be bamboozled by it, that, yeah, a lid blew off a container in Denver, and that explains why Alabama, California, Idaho, Michigan, New Jersey, and Denver, Colorado all are reporting mysterious booms from these underground tunnels, or mysterious booms and explosions and gunfire of some sort. Now, if you haven't seen the videos that I put up on this subject, we go into it a lot more, with the underground bases and all of that. This is the video here: mystery booms, strange sounds being heard, blah, blah, blah. if you go in there, you know, we talk a lot about not just here in America, but well, I'll just play a little clip of, you know, of the type of things that we absolutely know for sure that the enemy regimes are using these tunnels for underground war. So
If you can't believe it's happening here, that's craziness, because it's happening everywhere else. Look at these articles. I know, right? So I must be a crazy conspiracy theorist if I tell you the truth. So here's Newsweek. You know, this is mainstream. This is talking about Israel to install revolutionary tunnel detection system on the Gaza border, because repeatedly the people, the same people we're at war with, that they're at war with, have been building these tunnels and tunneling up under their buildings in the Gaza Strip and blowing stuff up. Then we have, of course, here we go. Remember this, the Islamic State, ISIS in Iraq, and the rebels in Syria are using tunnel bombs as a potent new weapon, an upgrade to an ancient tactic, according to a Pentagon organization. So yeah, I mean, do you guys remember this? Them using tunnels and bombing all these targets in Syria. I mean, Syria is it's a big hot spot of the war right now. It's in Syria, rebels have used tunnel bombs to attack government forces under the control of Bashar al-Assad. In Iraq, ISIS used tunnel attacks to devastating effect in their assault on Ramadi, is that how you say it? On March 11, ISIS forces detonated a tunnel bomb under an Iraqi army headquarters, killing an estimated 22 people. The blast consumed 7 tons of explosives in an 800-foot long tunnel that took 2 months to dig. So clearly these things happen. They happen, and they're happening in the United States. We have tunnels everywhere, and they have tunnels everywhere, and their tunnels are intersecting with our tunnels, and people are hearing these underground
anyway, that's
battles.
just a couple of quick news clips of the many, many instances of, you know, all military forces from all over, from all nations using this type of tunnel warfare. And we've seen it in ancient times. We saw it in World War II. You know, we hear about a lot of the Auschwitz camps and the concentration camps and work camps that were above ground. But during World War II, when a lot of these networks were busted up, there were tons of underground facilities as well, where they had prisoners held underground in these work camps making bombs and ammunition and all sorts of things. And, you know, it's happened since ancient times. We even know with the Mexico, you know, the wall we talk about, but we know that we're constantly finding drug tunnels and stuff where they're not trying to come over any walls or even trying to come above ground. They're going under the ground to get across our borders and to traffic their drugs into our country. So, you know, we just need to be aware of this. It's not a conspiracy theory. This is tunnel warfare is just part of reality. And I think that it's ludicrous that all of these brightest minds and news reporters and experts and stuff come out and say the only possible thing they can think of is not the most obvious thing, which is if we are hearing warfare under our feet, if we are hearing explosions and our homes are shaking and the ground is shaking and there is gunfire and all of that type of stuff, then there very well could be war under our feet. And if you've watched any of my videos, you know, over the many, many years I've been on here, talking about this type of stuff, you know that the Lord showed me years and years ago that when this World War III launches, that they're going to pop out overnight and everybody's going to be like, where did they come from? And they're not going to be dropping in by parachutes. And there will be some that do, you know, and they're going to be coming in on the coastlines. They're going to be coming from everywhere. But as far as in our neighborhoods and stuff like that, they're already here. They're under our feet. That's what the Lord told me. He said that it's going to happen so suddenly and so fast. And, you know, they have been working on this system for years and years and years. And just like we were talking about in these attacks in Syria and Iraq and stuff, that they have been tunneling and placing bombs underneath strategic points and in our nation to take down power grids, to take out, you know, powerful dissenting groups and things like that. And, you know, it's just going to happen really fast. And so I've been preaching this a long time, but this week there are lots of people wondering why they're hearing so much war under their feet. And I think that we need to be aware. We need to be aware. If they can't fathom it on MSM, you need to fathom it. Someone needs to tell you what could possibly be going on, that they might already be clearing these tunnels. So, you know, because they do, they use them to traffic drugs, they use them to traffic children and human slavery and all sorts of things, horrible things. And they could be clearing the tunnels. The war could already be going on, and we need to be aware of that. Take a look at that video, links in the description box, and I'll try to overlay it at the end. I love you guys. God bless you.